Hey guys, so welcome back to my YouTube channel, and I just want you to know that this month is October and it is Bullying Prevention Awareness Month. So I really wanted to talk about this topic because this is something that a lot of teens struggle with, so why not bring it to you? And I wanted you to know that when it starts off with bullying, what is it, right? So often we hear about bullying, but what is it defined as? So bullying is when words or actions are used repeatedly to harm someone else's well-being, right? And this happens so often with a lot of children and teens that are in school. So I just wanted to share with you just some quick stats as far as when it comes to bullying. So 20.8% of students report being bullied in school. 64% of students that are being bullied, they do not report it. So that is a big number. That is about 2/3 of students that don't report the fact that they're being bullied in school or in some sort of social setting. And of course, there's another statistic that I want you to know. 24.7% of African American teens report being bullied, also too, in school. Now, I know these numbers may alarm some people, and for others you may be aware of these numbers because bullying is a topic that is often discussed in school. But as parents, educators, therapists, community organizers, and leaders, how do you help teens that are being bullied, especially young girls in school that are being bullied? So the first thing I want to share is I want you to look out for the warning signs. Maybe your child is refusing going to school. Maybe you've noticed a change in their behavior or mood. Maybe they feel anxious with going to school, any signs of depression. Maybe there's some sort of traumatic event that is tied to the bullying. So maybe you see several changes, whether it's not eating anymore or change in appetite, change in their sleeping patterns, change in their mood. So you want to make sure that you look out for these signs because that will show you that there's something going on. So whether it's bullying or some other thing that's happening, check on your child and make sure that they're doing okay. The other thing you want to make sure you do as you're looking at the warning signs is have your teen know that it's okay to confide in you if they're being bullied, because so often teens don't want to go to their parents, they don't want to go to adults, they don't want to talk about the fact that this is happening to them. So you want to provide them that space for them to know that it is okay to talk to you and that you are there to help them. As a parent, I also want you to know about the facts about bullying, because with bullying you have your verbal bullying that happens and you have nonverbal things that happen with bullying. And bullying does not only happen in school, it may happen in social settings, it may happen on social media. So I want you to get yourself familiarized with the social media platforms your child is using. So whether your child is using Snapchat or Instagram or Finsta or Musical.ly, or maybe they're on Facebook or Twitter or Tumblr, you want to make sure that you're familiar with all the platforms that your child has access to and make sure that you're aware of what they're using and how much screen time they have. Because sometimes the bullying incident may have happened at school and then they leave and they go home and it continues because of other people that have screenshotted what happened and posted on Snapchat. Maybe they're sending subliminal messages and then it's creating more of a war with your child. So you want to make sure that you're very familiar with what's happening when it comes to bullying, what are the facts that are out there, and so that way you're able to help your child in a proper manner. And sometimes with some bullying situation, it may escalate to the point where there may be law enforcement involved. So you want to make sure that you're well knowledgeable and what are the ramifications in your state when it comes to bullying, and who do you go to, whether it's the educators in your school, the administrators, or you have to see a therapist. You want to make sure you know who's the go-to person when it comes to bullying that's happening, because you want to help your child so they don't have a struggle with getting through high school. Alright, so the third thing you want to provide your child with is some emotional support. You want to give your child some coping strategies as far as like how to get through this process. You want to teach your child conflict resolution, because so often teens don't know how to resolve conflict with other teens. They avoid the situation, or they may go on their phone, on Instagram or Snapchat, and then they say some mean and hateful things about other teens, right? So if your child is the one being bullied, or maybe your child is the one doing the bullying, you want to help them as far as like how to have great communication skills and how they can resolve conflict with one another, so that way you're preparing them as they enter into adulthood. Because so often teens are running away and they have this avoidance behavior when it comes to things that are happening this way. And as a parent, I know it's tough, so you want to make sure that you are also, if you're seeking help, if you need to seek help as far as like what has happened to your child, because bullying is a tough thing to deal with. And you do have some teens that are being bullied and it leads them to a place where they feel depressed, they may feel suicidal, they may feel anxious. So as a parent, you want to make sure that you're well aware of How are they feeling in that moment? How is their mental health? How is their emotional well-being? What you can do to provide some emotional support in that moment, and really listen to your child when they're telling you things that are happening. So you can be there to provide them the affirmation and the validation that they need, and provide them a place where they can get the support that they're looking for. So once again, I just want you to know that bullying is not something that should be ignored. It can have a long-term effect on your child, so it is very important for you to know the warning signs that are out there. Get the help that you need so that way your child can do fine. So if you have any questions, please feel free to hit up my email at any point. And remember that these videos are not a substitute for therapy, so always seek professional help if you need help in that moment. So please subscribe to my channel, like it, share it with other people, and all the details that you need for my social media platform will be linked below in the description. Thank you.